Hello and welcome to Grapple Games TV. This is Josh Fozzard and we've got another Friday Night Magic tournament for you. Derek Billadu and Brennan are facing off. Derek is playing a mono blackish deck and Brennan's playing some red-green monsters. It looks like Derek here is starting off with the mulligan down to 5. I know he's probably not happy about keeping it. He's showing us our hand. I think he probably had mostly lands. I can't remember. But doesn't want to go down to 4, so I think he's going to stay here. And Brennan leads off with a Stomping Ground, shocking himself to play an Elvish Mystic. And Derek brings in the Scryland Temple of Deceit and shifts the card down to the bottom. Alright, Blood Crypt comes in tapped. And then Brennan casts the Sylvan Caryatid. Derek lays down a swamp and says go. And Dami Raid comes out turn 3 for Brennan. Looks like he pluses him up, looks at the top card and it's an Elvish Mystic, which then he taps his other elf to bring out another elf. They're friends! And Derek says, eat one of your guys. So Brennan eats his elf. Alright, so Derek plays his second swamp and casts Underworld Connections. Hopefully drawing into the cards he needs. Brennan shocks in a Stomping Ground and then casts Stormbreath Dragon, who immediately swings in for 4. And it looks like Brennan plussed up Domri and didn't get anything off of it. Alright, Derek goes searching using his Underworld Connections to see what he pulls off the top. And cast a Pack Rat. Brennan plays his Temple of Malice and scries. Looks like he's keeping that on top. Casts a Xenagod. At this point, Derek's counting to see if his devotion, see if he's turned on as a creature. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he is a creature. Making Xenagod fight the Pack Rat with Domri. And then gives his buff to Stormbreath Dragon for 8 damage. Alright, looks like Derek doesn't have any answers, so he's using his connections to draw a card and immediately scoops. Alright, didn't get what he needed, so they're going to be moving on to Game 2. Brennan had an explosive start there with Xenagod doing some work, taking out his Pack Rat, and then buffing up the Stormbreath Dragon to be a huge threat every turn. Alright, so here we are on to Game 2. Looks like Brennan's starting off with the Stormbreath Dragon, Elvish Mystic, a couple lands. Fortunately too high for me to see. Yep, camera's down here, guys. Alright, so Derek leads off with a Thoughtseize, and we get to see his hand. So he had 2 Stormbreaths, a Hero's Downfall, the new Phoenix, and a Mystic, Elvish Mystic. Alright, so Derek goes with the Phoenix. Yeah, I think it's Flame Wreath or something like that. One where you pay tribute and gets counters and can come back to your hand. Alright, so it looks like Brennan shocks in Overgrown Tomb to bring out his Elvish Mystic. Derek drops the Mutavault and Doomblades the Mystic. No mana ramp for you, Brennan. Alright, so Scryland comes down, shifts the card to the bottom, and passes turn. Alright, second Mutavault. And another Thoughtseize. So we still got the Stormbreath, Hero's Downfall, and looks like all he's drawn is land. Alright. Kills one of the Stormbreaths. Fair trade. 2 life for killing a Stormbreath Dragon is definitely worth it. And 1 Mutavault gets in for 2. Alright, Blood Crypt comes in, and Brennan casts a Voiding Satyr. Alright, Derek is bringing in his Underworld connections. It looks like Brennan just drew a Colonian Hydra. Which that'll definitely be a big threat once it hits the board. Alright, his last Stormbreath in his hand comes out to play, hitting Derek for 4 damage. Alright, Derek paying a life to draw a card. I can't quite see his hand, but must not have drawn the answer he needs for that Stormbreath Dragon. So it looks like he shocked in a Watery Grave. Cast Underworld Connections. So I believe his life should be at 9 right now. Alright, Brennan lays down a Stomping Ground tapped, and then casts the Colonian Hydra. It comes in with 4 counters. And then we'll be doubling that when he swings. And then Brennan swings in with 4 for the Storm Breath Dragon. Derek is trying to decide how or if he can even deal with these 2 threats that Brennan has on the board. Alright, so he casts the Grave Merchant of Asphodel. Looks like he, for his devotion to black, is 6 with his 2 Underworld connections and the Grave Merchant. So Brennan will lose 6 life and Derek gains 6. So I think right now Derek is at 11. Fortunately, not much else he can do once Brennan downfalls it. No blockers. Hydra and Stormbreath swing in freely. Alright, so Brennan wins in 2 games using red-green monsters. Yeah, he just had a pretty... looks like Derek just didn't draw many answers for what what Brennan was playing, so... well, that was our match, so... hopefully you'll catch us next time. Grapple Games TV. Once again, this is Josh Fossard. Have a great one.